we go. Okay, I know my thing just stopped. I'm frustrated here. My body is not working. And I'm like, my body is not working. But let's be grateful. Internal timing. I was getting a nice little flow, and I just wanted to read something to you. Try and stitch these together. It's already going long enough as it is, and that's so frustrating. You know, I started uploading that one yesterday in the morning, and it didn't upload till like 6 o'clock at night. And then it stops and uploads again. Boy, do they ever suck you in max speed, and then they go down to not max speed. It's unlimited data, though. But holy, once you pass your max speed, and it slows right the frick down. You can't do anything with it. But there's their way to grab some more money, right? Oh, it was going so... Thank you for helping me to come back into this, okay? So those relationships changed me for better and for worse. Comes with the transitions of death and rebirth. It reflected to me I wasn't being all I could be. How I was delusional to think you really cared about anybody. Your reputation means more than the hearts you trample on behind closed doors. The children end up paying the debt as you use them in your psychological wars. No more will I be silent about your invisible violence, your attacks on the innocent. This is where the cycles of abuse end. So that's what I put up. We did all the ready calling in and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do just a part one instead of trying to stitch them together. Try and upload the 2 videos then today. Here I am thinking, oh, well, that was a neat little thing I found. And yeah, figured out how to start recording and everything by using my little thing. And I didn't have to reach over there to do that. Then I just tried to put it down out of my way. And my thumb hit that button and stopped it. That's... Ow, and I want to cry. Oh, it's frustrating because my body doesn't work. So it's always, I try and just do a little thing and then there's a great big thing, right? It's just little thing and then everything gets blown up. That's kind of like my life right now, right? Things have just been blown up. I'm a friggin' human being. I'm a mom, not the perfect, right? But, and I'm hard on myself for that too. It's always hard on myself because I don't like yelling. That's the trauma, right? Angry voices, I start shaking. So, I do my best not to piss anybody off or get them angry with me because there's lots that have hit me. I have been physically abused throughout my life, right? And I try to put on the tough. They stop hitting me when I put on that thing to show that they don't hurt me, so they give up. But it does hurt. So I can put on this face like I'm not hurt. Because when I show hurt, then they hurt me more. They might try a little harder when I'm not showing it, but eventually give up when it's not working. Except for here. Now they use my kids. Anyways. Oh, man! Excuse me, when you see that other video, I'm going to come in and, because I'm trying, I'm really, really trying here. It is so hard. Okay. Yeah, I really like the start of this video on that other one. It was going good too. Look at that, 334. Let me introduce myself again. Hello, it's me, Wingish Nive Majeki Kwe. Friendly freaky ass, sweetgrass water medicine woman. Also Christiana Carr, Chris Carr, superstar. Oh, this beautiful divine being right here. Welcome, you beautiful divine beings. Right here too. That's right, never there. We're always here, so let's just be here now. Love you all. Let's call in directions with these ones then, okay? Going in the east, path of illumination and clarity, place of fire, place of man. In the south, waters, innocence, emotions, and the childhood. Calling in the west, physical, earth, woman, introspection. Calling in the north, air, mental wisdom years. Earth walk goes from childhood. Hey, the lovers, the ecstasy. We talked yesterday about our children being sensual beings, but not sexual, and not getting mistaken. And then pushed on, right? Oh, it's not my fault. The kid was just so sexy, I couldn't help myself. It's all the kid's fault. Let's watch how we're doing that. Or even placing that on the women or anybody, using that for an excuse, and blaming the victim for you, making them a victim. And look at that. We get up into the north, and has our vision been fulfilled, right? Did we see that unlimited vision of ourselves? And look at that. The last one that we called in, it was unlimited vision down here. And then we went up there. So hopefully the north, we see that unlimited vision fulfilled. But it's not going to be till we get up there, right? Or we are that unlimited vision Spirit had for itself. Here we are. I don't know. What is that? East to west is that blue road of Spirit that's channeling the light. Whatever we're doing, we're always doing that. We're living, so we're channeling that light. The trick is to become more aware of it. The trick, the secret, whatever that is, to become aware and focus that energy so you know that you're doing that and align your will with the divine will and, highest and best interest of all, right? But it begins within, right? There we go. For east to west, the blue road of Spirit. That's the taking command for the highest good of all. That would be the Emperor in the traditional deck. That's form and order in your place. You think it's all chaos. But everything is the divine and perfect order. It looks chaotic to our human brain because we can't fathom it. Right? We got to explain everything away and look at it and whatever that is. Whatever that is, above, below, and within. Those three popped out on the above. So I was looking at the internal timing. Everybody will have opinions and stuff of when you should do things. We need to give that away and return to who we really are. 31, 32, look at that. I didn't even realize that. Right? But everybody will have an opinion. I started saying, I think it was Trisha Yearwood. I don't know who sang that one. Everybody knows what to do about my misery. Everybody but me. So that's an old one. Everybody will have opinions. We're the parents on the outs. We're the parents to our littles on the inside now. See, my body's got it's a thing under there. Thing under there. Oh my gosh. I'm still waiting for the tertiary neurologist. Call me in Kingston. I'm going to have to see because maybe they still have that old number and I'm still got to deal with that. Excuse me, thank you. Overall, let's look at that. All right, okay. Here we go. Oh, there we go. The intent. What is your intention? The deceptions. Oh my goodness, right? To tell the truth or to see through. Seeing through the veils, piercing the veils, right? Do we intend to align, right? There's that thing, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. But if our intentions are to help, do we deceive ourselves saying we know better for somebody else, right? Do we try and mold and shape our kids instead of guiding them? Peter came up in that first round of this video too. Anyways. Body so distracting. So, this is the overall for the Therapy Thursdays. These intentions. What did you intend to be when you grow up? Well, what did you want to be? I was talking about, and that other one about, someone to be a dinosaur, and we get limited in our visions, and we need to expand in that again. Have the unlimited vision, and then it's that timing for ourselves. When it's time for us, then it will be time for us. We'll get that sign, and do we act on that? Or have we been deceived that we can't do that? We've been limited. So we don't align our intentions with that. Right? I know. We'll go on. See some more. See what you mean there. Right? That's the smoke signals, the intentions. Pay attention. I was talking about mindfulness too, just being mindful. Right? In life, so we don't deceive ourselves. Because we were deceived when you can't be a dinosaur when you grow up. But hey, you grow up and you can, study. You can be, is that paleontologist? Is that the ones who study the dinosaurs? Anthropology, whatever, right? So, it's up to you. There's ways to be able to, but what is that intention? What are we doing? What's our intention with our children? Right? Do we see them extensions of us and we think we need to mold and shape them? But are here to guide. Do we think that we created them on our own? We assisted in that process. But, you know, and us women, carry on a lot more of that. But what is that for you? What are the intentions that you had, and then you deceived yourself going, okay, I intend to help, but I'm going in with an agenda. Does that really help? No. Right? So we can deceive ourselves saying, well, I'm just trying to help, but we actually didn't pay attention to what that person actually really needed. You know? So what is that for you? Let's get in and figure that out. Let's reflect on that. What are you saying there, Spirit, Creator, all my relations? Sweet Jesus God, all my relations. What are you trying to tell us over here? Woof. Boop-a-doo. Okay. That passion. What lit your fire? What lights you on fire? What do you want that passion for? Do you intend to follow that? Is it? Are you doing your job because you need the money, or because it shows who you are? And how about that? Are you out there just being who you are, flowing from that passion inside of you, because you know who you are? You're strong as moose and gentle as deer, right? But there's no need to prove you're anything else, right? Are you trying to deceive with this image, or is the intention to be fully wholly you? Right? Following that passion, that spontaneity, when we get that call, we act. It's that internal timing, right? We can listen to the opinions of others and all that, but we need to give that away. Give away all those well-meaning, good-intentioned advice, and we need to check in, check up, check in, checked up, and get rooted and grounded, right? That's a bad thing when we were kids. But now, as an adult, we want to be grounded. How about that? So what is that? Who are you? What did you want to be when you grew up? Have you grown up yet? Are you doing that? Why or why not? We are the ones that hold ourselves back. What's your intention? To go out and make money, or to live that passion? Because then that money flows, to do work that doesn't feel like work. There you go, right? Then getting paid, you want to do those things that you almost feel guilty getting paid for it, because you do it for free, because you just love to do that. Then also there's things that we do that, hey, it becomes like this is our art form, but then we try to make it as a business, we take the fun out of it anymore. So then why are we doing these things? Why do we become a musician, a writer, the actor, the accountant, the bricklayer, the garbage sanitation agent, whatever, right? Whatever that is. Some people do have a passion for that, because we need that too. We need those ones that recycle that waste, and those ones with those shitty jobs working in sewers and things like that. And do we look down on those? Because what? Why? Nobody is more essential than anybody else, and probably those ones that recycle that waste are even more essential than anybody else on here, okay? Because they're recycling that waste, turning it into something that can be used for growth, right? Turning it into something that can be used to change cycles, whatnots and what have yous, whatever that be for you, right? You move those over there. Right? We're giving away the highest expression of ourselves. What is that highest vision that we ever had of ourselves, right? And are we trying to meld our children into that? Were we molded? Were we, poof, was our parents trying to live their lives vicariously through us? Did they have an agenda for us and for our lives? And so that we were just set on this track, but that really wasn't for us. And how do we say when it's been forced on us? Well, now we're adults and we can stand up and put those boundaries. And you know what? Those who get upset with you for having boundaries are the ones that were benefiting from you not having them. Boy, I experienced that in my life. I thought I had strong boundaries, and these other ones would say I had strong boundaries, I'm so stubborn, blah, blah, blah. But what I had was healthy boundaries. I did. There was good, healthy habits. That was wonderful. Because in this, whether it's the autism or whether it's the trauma of just never wanting to be in trouble, I always wanted to be a good girl and a good person. I find out all the rules and I follow them. I really do. And I've had those things where I've told, well, they weren't following it. I was following this person who wasn't following. Well, then you're ratted out. You get more in trouble. So now it's like I just take responsibility for it all. Doesn't matter if somebody had talked me into it, convinced me, made it sound good, and I went, okay, right? And I did it. I take accountability and responsibility. And that's the hard part too, because being in this abusive relationship, I take responsibility for that. So I knew, and I went back. But we think that the love can change them, or, and then it goes, it's something wrong with me. That, wow, I'm just so lucky that this person loves me and puts up with me because, I've been told my whole life I'm hard to live with. Things like that, whatever. Were those messages that were told to you that you went out and found somebody that reinforced those messages for you? So that you limit yourself, right? And let's stop deceiving ourselves. That's how the self-sabotage. The self-sabotage. We just keep going with the stuff that's familiar, and then we're not changing those cycles. We need to step out of that comfort zone, right? Comfort zones are good, but we need to get out of that comfort zone or else we don't grow. There's no growing. The seed has to bust out of that hole, has to get up through the dirt and all that. Growing is not easy, but it doesn't have to be that hard. It's only as hard as we make it. What is that? Let's take action on that. As we're reflecting on this over hurt. I got to go see that chiropractor today to get the results of that consultation thing that I did. And I thought it was free, but it's $40. So I got that. But I got less. I'm glad I was able. Now I'm maxed out again on my card. And I text my dad to say, hey, please help with this. No, it's left me high and dry. Left me with a message down there too. Special things that I got for him. Because he did something that wasn't dad-like. So, no, left me feeling completely like an orphan here. Left me with this, how do I know who to trust when these people I trusted the most are the ones that hurt me the most? But is it them that hurt me? No, my expectations of them. It was having those rose-colored glasses on there, just only wanting to see them in the bestest, most possible loving light. Because that's what helps each other more. But then we can't keep ourselves blinded to that either. Okay? Chingy, chingy, chingy. Oh, it's Bentu. She used to live here. She's a beautiful woman there. Anyways. Shine that light bright, peoples, okay? What is your passion? Don't let anybody snuff that out, okay? You know who you are better than anybody else. And as soon as you start thinking you know somebody better than they know themselves, you better check yourself, okay? Because that's enough. We don't know anybody. Even our own children. We don't know them better than they know themselves, right? Their thing is to teach them so they learn what is good for them, how to discern. Discern for themselves, not judge. Not judge. Let's not judge. That's the counting coup. You know what? That's the victories. The warriors would go in. In those days, all warriors, that was their counting coup. It was going in. They didn't kill each other. Sneaking into the camps of the night and going and touching them while they're sleeping. It's more like a tag. But imagine the misunderstanding. The intention is just to play this game. It was inviting those settlers into that. But what did these settlers think? They have their war paint on, so they probably look all really scary. And they're sneaking into their rooms. But just to tag them. Not to hurt them. The tag, you're it, right? Then look at when we remorse. Whoa, we need to transform that. Because we place our opinions, our intentions on somebody else. But we don't know what they're thinking. We don't know the options that they had to choose from. When they said, well, I would have done this or I would have done that, I myself was one that said, oh, if he ever hit me, I'd be right out of there and I'd never go back. Oh, if he ever disrespected me. And I had that in my relationships. They didn't last that long because, well, if it's not working out, well, hey, I don't want to change anybody. I don't want anybody to change for me because I learned that. An alcoholic, if they quit drinking for you, they're going to start resenting you, right? They're the one that I had, his ex, he would say, I don't want to have fun, honey. I want to be with you. That's how they saw it, right? That drinking was their fun and all their friends. So they have to change all that. That has to come from within, that transformation. It can't come from the outside. We're deceiving ourselves. If we're intending to change somebody else, we're intending to train them up Look at how many of us get into that mindset. Training our kids, training this one. We're trying to train those other ones around us to be the roles we want them to be in our lives. Instead of just going, hey, I have this role open. Who wants to play that? Okay, well, you're not fitting it, right? And like directors and things like that, like that's a very highly critical business. But if we take things personally in that, because when somebody just gets a view of somebody, the director making that film, they have a leading character in mind or whatever. So when somebody comes in that isn't matching that, it's not personal to that person. It's just that, this is how I see the character, right? This is my movie. I'm making my movie. So this is the character I need. Nothing personal. So that's a victory. We can go through these transformations with grace and ease and understand, right? Even that butterfly needs that struggle to get out of there. Now, we don't have to go create struggles in our lives. This is the way to see. Another way to pull back the veils of the deception that the struggle, like everything should be easy. No. Things will flow. You'll know when you're in that synchronistic flow and in line, but it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Fear's still going to come up, and that's when is it the fear that we push through, we get in front of and let it help propel us? Or is it that fear that says, no, this is not safe and you'll be heading back up to a crater sooner than you know? What is that for you? But those are the actions. We're looking at these intentions. What did we intend to do? Right? We intend to not repeat cycles that we went through. I intend not to be the same parent as that. But then we need to recognize when we have repeated those cycles. That's when we can change them. If we don't recognize it and don't admit it, right? That's the same with any kind of addiction. We have to admit it first. Acknowledgement. Acceptance. And we don't stop there, and we take action, and that equals the change. Acknowledge. Accept. And then take the action. Right? Or we go, no, this is just the way it is. And this is where we have gotten stuck, I think, as a society. This is just the way it is. This is what we do. So we just live with it like that. What is that for you? What does that all say to you? I don't know. I don't know what it says to me. Look at that. That's the vision. We're made in the likeness and image of our Creator, every single one of us. But are we trying to mold and shape our kids into our own image and what we want them to be instead of bringing out that self-esteem? Is that what happened to us? So now we don't know who we are. Look at that. Three. This is that self-expression. How do you express yourself? Right? Are we repeating things that just we heard? Right? Did I see a 23 up there? 2, 3, 32. That drum. Let's see intention, the internal timing. Right? The smoke signals. There. The signals. We get that signal, and then we go. What is that intention? Do we listen to that, or we listen to somebody else? Oh, I'm getting the signal. Should I go? No, you shouldn't do that. Right? If we're sharing our ideas and stuff that we want to do, those ones, they're having control over us. They won't want us to change. So, of course, anything we say, they're going to start filling our heads and causing worry or whatever that is. How is that for you? Notice that. Then they weasel into our minds, and it's their thoughts that we're taking on, their fears that we start taking on. We start sounding like them. Right? Because sometimes, right, it's just best to agree. Sometimes we just grin and bear it because, hey, that's a safety. That's how we survive. But then those brains start believing it too. That's that stealthy thing. We think we'll be fine. That's for me, personally, that's what I did, right? That's fine. I know I don't believe that, but if you want to believe, fine, right? So I don't argue with people, right? You say 2 + 2 is 5. Okay, fine, have at her. That's your life. It doesn't hurt me. Right? But I'm not taking anybody's stuff personally. Of course I did. Especially when it's people that you love. And you had the best intentions, and then they say, no, you didn't. No, you're not the person you think you are. And then these other people, do you have people like that in your life? You say, this is who I am. Oh, no, you're not. You can't tell me who you are. I know who you are, right? You're never going to be anything else to me. Do we do that? Do we put people in boxes and not allow for that change and transformation and that growth? Some people never will, because again, some people are happy being in misery, but they can go out and find somebody else to be happy in misery with them instead of making somebody else miserable, right? There's that perfect match for you, whatever. You want to be misery, whatever. It's not trying to make somebody else that. If it's not working, it's not working. It's time to move on, right? But we force things on others, don't we? And that's because things were forced on us. Or that fear. We fear dying alone, or whatever that is. What is that for you? 3, we need to be that highest expression of ourselves. 33s, right? That's stealth. We've hidden ourselves inside because somebody said that wasn't acceptable. We felt shame about that. What is that? The owl, deception, the intent. There's that one that flew out. For that healing. So we need to heal that. We need to heal. Maybe somebody did have the best intentions for us, and now we're angry at them. That is 8. I thought they were reversed in that other tarot deck. Anyways, blah, 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 blah. Blibbity, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, now I just got to check that out. There's this strength card in this one, and I thought the strength and the justice card were reversed. Because justice is 11. Justice is 11 in the traditional tarot. The sun, the moon, the star. Let me see. Excuse me for this thing. I just need this for a second. Yeah, see, no, justice is 8. Okay, yeah, they got justice as 8. So, okay, I wasn't so delusional then. 6, 7, 8. Right, and then over at 11. And here. 9, 10, 11. Is where they have the strength. And I'm showing that traditionally 8. Okay. Right? And look at that Roman numeral, 11. Interesting. Anyways, okay. But this is what we're healing, that balance. And we need to balance out that male and female energies, because look at the biggest one in her. This is the female. Protecting. Every human walking this earth was born through a female, right? We need to protect these little ones, these little babies, right? And we're all connected. All these colors, these animals, let's not separate ourselves anymore. We have that strength when we all come together and work together. That's the power. That's the healing. When we see, we bring back harmony and balance. Everyone belongs here. Everyone is essential. So are you. So if you've made yourself less than because you were told that's time to heal that, right? Maybe we're holding on to unforgiveness and anger. But that only hurts us. It's like picking up a handful of coals and throwing them, right? You're going to burn yourself. You do more damage to yourself holding on to that stuff. And then what's that intention? Oh, look, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to drink a bunch of poison. Right? So what is that? We need to heal that. Open up to that healing, because we don't heal ourselves. We're all got those capabilities for that healing inside of us. But we need to open up and allow that through. Know that we are worthy of it, just as anybody else. We are all worthy here. No exceptions. No exceptions. All worthy. Every single one of us. Again, no exceptions. Right? So if you're with somebody and you think they don't, whatever, let's not judge anybody. Let's not take it personal. What anybody does. Right? We're all making it up as we go along. We don't know until we get there. And we're never going to be there because we're always here. Whoo! That passion, that fire, that self-esteem. Who are you? We're taking those deep dives, seeing past those reflections. And even those well-meaning parents, you know, they want us to go get that job. They can kind of line us up and guide us with the rules of society and not with their internal things and what Spirit is saying to them, through them, how it's working through them. I don't know. Let's look at them. I am the resourceful one. We have all the resources, everything we need inside of us, but those are those others, right? We want to that expansion of knowledge, but some want to keep all that knowledge to themselves. They don't want to expand it to anybody else. But now is the time to go deep inside, to the deep, the I am. Who am I? What am I here for? Creator, would you send me here for? And we come from that, our fire inside, our passion inside for our being, for our love of life, for whatever that is for you. So we're expanding our knowledge on who we are, where we come from, where are we going? What is that? Right? We're not separating ourselves anymore. Okay, we're not above, we're not below. We're all a part of this. All of us. We have that common ground. We're all walking this earth. We're all breathing this air. We all need water. But But those different needs, there's where the differences of needs come in, because with our purpose, we all have slightly different needs for a purpose, right? The sanitation agent is going to need different tools and resources than, you know, the department store people or the neurologists or whatever, right? So those resources and that education then becomes different. So then those needs to fulfill that passion, to fulfill that purpose might be different, right? And then we go talking to others about that, they might limit us because they don't want us to step out of that. And sometimes you call people out without even calling them out. Just by living your life, people are going to see you, and then they get upset. And the alcoholics or addictions, you have to change all your friends. Because a lot of them, that just highlights, you're not drinking anymore, what, you too good for us now? And then things like that. They'll start making it a personal thing, trying to bring you back to them because they want you back, because you living your highest and best self is shining a light on them not living theirs. That's how they perceive it. But you don't dim your light for anybody. They can amp up theirs or put on sunglasses. I love that. Thank you, Joanne Morgan, for that little one. Love that. Learned that, and I'm sticking with that too. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Right? You got one too. So let it out. Let it shine, because you know what? The world's going to miss out on that, right? It's going to be darker. You're part of the world because you ain't shining your light too. I mean, look, it gets bright. It's like bright. Shine it, peoples. That's right. I'm going to be bussy. Well, if you want to. It's all up to you. It's free will. You got free will, right? So we can keep going on, and then, well, this is just the way it is, and then we don't do anything about it. Well, then, you know what? Stop complaining. That's the way you like it. You know, or right, find another one that likes to complain. You guys can sit and complain together. Whatever that is, for you. Right, and there's that victory. That's the action we're taking. We see that victory when we become whole in ourselves. We see past the illusion. Look at, he's looking right up at that owl. He sees past that illusion. That automatically brings in some healing. We are all part of this. No one is above, no one is below. We need to stop dividing ourselves. It's a divide and conquer. I don't know if one flipped around in there. It looked like it did. But this one, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Look at that. Part of the actions, the discipline, attraction, and preparation. That's the 4 of pipes. Look at that. We're going to look at it all. We need to end that struggle within ourselves. Right? And then we can do that dance. Dance in the winds of time. Right? We're on the top of the world. But we're all part of it. And look at that. That's the women. We're all birthed from that. We need to honor that in all of us. That will end the struggle, right? Because it's the war of the sexes. Isn't that where it all started? But we need to all come together, prepare and build this home together. We're all on this earth, right? If we're all expressing ourselves, all falling in line. We're all going to, not falling in line, excuse me, it being aligned with our purpose and the highest vision that we have for ourselves, right? And align that with the highest vision that Creator had for creation. Is it was good. Then we start fighting and dividing. And we want to be individuals. Not individual. Individual. Right? We can't cut off, but we can convince ourselves that we're cut off. Others can convince us that we need to go to them. Because these babies, as babies, we are fully dependent on those adults around us. Right? We're the most vulnerable in all the animal kingdom. We're born the most vulnerable. That we need that support from the outside. So we all need each other because we're all one body, basically. Maybe. I don't know. What do you believe? What do you believe? And just because you believe it doesn't make it true. And you don't have to believe it for it to be true. Science and everything is all helping us to see that we are all connected. No escaping. We can be grateful for that, or we can go, right? I want to be the all-powerful. I want to rule the world. What is that for you? That attainment. But this is how we attain peace on earth. You want to have peace on earth? It begins within. Each home, each individual who becomes an individual. That's how we end the struggle. because we see that higher vision and we go. We're looking off at that highest vision. We see that sun coming out. We're hearing that call. We take that action, right? But until we get that call, we're preparing. And as these little babies, right? The shortest time in our lives is our childhood. So we need to prepare for that longest time in our lives and end the struggle. It doesn't have to be, right? We got the resources. We can build that peace on earth, right? That can be our victory here. But we all need to take part in it. We all need to do it because we are all part of it. If one's not doing it, then, right? So we're all responsible for ourselves. If you're going and pointing it at everybody else, because we're not done these lessons, man. When we're done here on earth, well, we cross over to that blue route. So if you're still here, you're still learning lessons. So you don't have it all. You haven't mastered life yet. So there's no pushing that on anybody else. So if you're not looking and doing your within work, there's one person that's not doing their within work, right? Channeling the light came up for us earlier, didn't it? Because that's what we're doing. We're channeling that light. Aligning with the divine will, not our own. So what's your intentions? For the highest and best of all? Or intending to, I'll show you, and I'm going to teach you, and this is about me. Even going to help somebody then becomes all about you and how you want to help. And then what you do doesn't help, you take that personally and go, well, you're beyond help then. Because, well, this didn't help you, and that's it. You know, I know better than you know for yourself. And we do that especially as parents, too. We can do that especially as parents. I know, I do it, even though I've always tried not to mold my kids. There are still things I've had to catch on to. That, oh, maybe that goes against. This isn't actually aligning with my intentions here. So I need to check myself, need to check what I'm doing. Take responsibility. We all need to. Woo! But honor that child too, right? Because, hey, we're following. There's people pushing stuff on us until we recognize. We can stand up and go, I'm a moose. You cannot abuse me no more. I'm putting down these boundaries, right? Moose got good reputation and character. Anyways, I'm messing with these and I just keep trying to talk. And let's see this top one over here. That's the seed. Look at Spirit with us right through it all. Through every card, we have that Spirit. Right? We need to be open to that flow. We ain't going to grow anything if we ain't planting those seeds. Right? And not every seed is going to grow. And weeds aren't all bad. So let's look at that. What are we intending? Well, we don't want to be a fool. Well, everybody can be. Everybody plays a fool sometimes. No exceptions to the rules. Listen, baby. It may be factual. It may be cruel. Ooh, but everybody plays the fool. Now, you get to decide whether that's bad or not. You can think, oh no, I don't want to be foolish. I don't want to be. But you know what? The fool learns a lot, right? The beginner's mind holds the most insight or something like that. When we still question everything instead of just accepting it all at face value. Oh, because it's said this way. So we must follow along. Follow, follow, follow. Blind robots. Don't think for yourself. That's what a lot that want to control us don't want us thinking for ourselves. Once we do, we're put down. Right? Look at those people that just go out and have this fiery passion and how, whoa, there's others jealous of that or, you know, want to knock out that light because it just highlights that they're not living their best life. They're not focused on themselves. They're one human being not doing their job in this world. What is that? And then the world's missing out on those gifts that are you. Woohoo! Okay, beautiful beings. I know I'm not going to mess with that anymore. So channel that light. Align with your highest vision that you had for yourself. Right? Align with source energies. Right? That's how we attain it. You have everything inside of you. You can help heal too. And if you're not doing that and allowing that healing through, right? The world's missing out on that. I'm going to bring this down here too again. Because, yeah. I want us to see this too. That's just amazing. You know? All the areas we have a major arcana that Spirit is with us. Okay? We're all going through these major transformations. It is time. It is time for us all. And if you're not doing your part again, world's missing out on your gifts. The world misses out on your gifts. If you're not looking within, whatever that is for you. Love yous. Biggest heart hugs ever. Thank you for being you, shining your light through in everything you do. Because if you don't, the world misses out on this gift that is you. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. I'm off to the chiropractor today. Love yous. Thank you. Love you.